mentions that it's a detail for all things. That's true, but the Quran also mentions that the Prophet Muhammad does not speak from his own desire, so therefore we've got another speech. This other speech is separate from the Quran. Prophet Muhammad was sent, it mentions in the Quran, they were sent to teach the Kitab, which is the book, and the Hikmah. The Hikmah. Hikmah means wisdom. Now, say for example, there's the ayah of the Quran that says, establish the prayer. The Quran tells us to establish the prayer, but it doesn't give us the details on how to establish the prayer. This is where that ayah comes in, the verse comes in where it says the Prophet Muhammad was sent to teach the Hikmah. So the hadith is it tells us how to pray. The Quran tells us to give zakat. It doesn't tell us how much zakat is charity. It doesn't tell us how much zakat to give. So this is where the ayah comes in, that Prophet Muhammad was sent to teach the Kitab and the Hikmah, the wisdom. It tells us the wisdom behind that, so it tells us how to give zakat and how much it is. The Prophet Muhammad, the Quran mentions that we should do Hajj, but it doesn't tell us how to do Hajj. So where the hadith comes in. So we've got an ayah of the Quran that mentions 929, kill the disbelievers wherever you find them, this and that. The same old boring verses that people like to bring up. How to understand it? First, we've got to read the entirety of the Quran in its proper full context. And then you've got to look at the narrations on the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And how do you understand the narrations on the Quran? We have teachers for that. So we have the ulama. As the Quran mentions that the ulama are an authority amongst us. Now, there's four usul principles. These called usul al-din, so principles of religion. So first we've got the Quran. Of course, we've got the Sunnah. We've got ijma, which means consensus of the scholars. And we also have another thing called qiyas. Qiyas means to analogize. But that's not really relevant for this, the qiyas, but we've got the Quran, Sunnah and Ijma. So we've got an ayah of the Quran, and we've got a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad. So how do you understand these ayats? How do you understand the hadith? You look at the scholars. Which scholars? The Prophet Muhammad tells us in the hadith. The best generation of those of my generation, the generations that came after, and the generations that came after. Now these are referred to as the Salaf or Salih. Salaf or Salih, these are the pious predecessors. The pious predecessors are the generations of Muslims that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave a stamp of approval. So Prophet Muhammad said that we should take our religion from these first generations of Muslims. So if you've got an ayah of the Quran, or if you've got a hadith of the Prophet, how did the Salaf understand it? How did the first generations of Muslims understand it?